Imagine a world where a mighty civilization once thrived, an island of unimaginable wealth, advanced technology, and unparalleled power, lost forever beneath the waves. This is the story of Atlantis, a legend that has haunted humanity for over 2 millennia. Was it a real place, swallowed by the sea in a single catastrophic night? Or a philosophical fable crafted by one of history's greatest minds? Today, we embark on a journey through the entire history of Atlantis, from its mythical origins to its dramatic demise, to uncover the truth behind one of the greatest mysteries of all time. Our story begins in ancient Greece, around 360 BC, with a philosopher named Plato. In 2 of his works, the dialogues Timaeus and Critias, Plato introduces Atlantis as a grand empire that existed 9,000 years before his time. He describes it as an island larger than Libya and Asia Minor combined, located beyond the Pillars of Hercules, today's Strait of Gibraltar. Atlantis, he writes, was a naval superpower, its concentric rings of land and water encircled by towering walls clad in precious metals, bronze, tin, and the mysterious orichalcum, a substance said to gleam like fire. Its people were ruled by kings descended from the sea god Poseidon, who, according to Plato, founded the civilization by mating with a mortal woman named Cleito. Together, they bore 5 sets of twin sons, who became the first rulers of this utopian realm. Plato paints a vivid picture: a central citadel surrounded by canals, bustling harbors filled with ships from across the world, and lush plains stretching across the island. Atlantis was a marvel of engineering and culture, its citizens blessed with wealth and wisdom. But this paradise was not destined to last. Plato tells us that, over time, the Atlanteans grew greedy and corrupt. Their divine lineage faded, replaced by hubris and ambition. They launched wars of conquest, subjugating lands across the Mediterranean, until they met their match in the virtuous city of Athens. Then, in a single day and night, disaster struck. Earthquakes and floods ravaged the island, and Atlantis sank beneath the sea, lost to history, or so the story goes. But where did Plato get this tale? He claims it came from Solon, an Athenian statesman who, 200 years earlier, visited Egypt and heard it from priests in the city of Sais. The priests spoke of ancient records detailing a powerful civilization destroyed by a deluge, an event they dated to 9,600 BC. To Plato's audience, this might have seemed like a distant myth, but modern scholars have long debated whether there's truth behind the allegory. Was Atlantis a real place, its memory preserved through oral tradition? Or was it a cautionary tale, invented to warn Athens of the dangers of moral decay? Let's explore the possibilities. One of the most compelling theories ties Atlantis to the Minoan civilization, a Bronze Age culture that flourished on the island of Crete and nearby Thera, now Santorini, over 4,000 years ago. The Minoans were Europe's first great civilization, renowned for their palaces, paved roads, and a written language called Linear A. They dominated the Aegean Sea with a powerful navy, much like Plato's Atlanteans. Around 1600 BC, a massive volcanic eruption on Thera unleashed one of history's most devastating natural disasters. The blast sent ash across the Mediterranean, triggered tsunamis that battered Crete, and likely crippled Minoan society. Within decades, their civilization faded, leaving behind ruins buried under volcanic ash. Could this cataclysm be the inspiration for Atlantis's fall? The timing doesn't align perfectly with Plato's 9,600 BC date, but the parallels are striking: a seafaring power destroyed by fire and water. Another candidate lies in the western Mediterranean, the ancient city of Tartessos, near modern-day Cadiz in Spain. Mentioned by Greek historians like Herodotus, Tartessos was a wealthy trading hub around 1000 BC, rich in metals like tin and silver, echoing Plato's descriptions of Atlantis's resources. Some speculate it was submerged by rising sea levels or a tsunami, though evidence remains scarce. Farther afield, in the Bahamas, explorers point to the Bimini Road, a submerged formation of rectangular stones discovered in 1968. Proponents argue it's a man-made structure from a lost civilization, possibly Atlantis, though geologists insist it's a natural beach rock formation. Then there's the Black Sea hypothesis. Around 5600 BC, rising waters from the melting ice age breached the Bosporus Strait, flooding a freshwater lake and creating the Black Sea. This deluge submerged thriving settlements along its shores, forcing survivors to flee and spread tales of a sunken world. Could this be the flood that inspired Plato's priests? The dates align more closely with his timeline, and the idea of a sudden inundation matches his narrative. Beyond these theories, some look to the Atlantic Ocean itself. Ignatius Donnelly, a 19th-century American writer, popularized the idea of Atlantis as a lost continent in his book Atlantis, the Antediluvian World. He argued it was a cradle of civilization, its survivors seeding cultures from Egypt to Mesoamerica after its destruction. While plate tectonics debunked the notion of a sunken landmass in the Atlantic, Donnelly's vision fueled a wave of speculation that endures today. What about the cataclysm that ended Atlantis? Plato's earthquakes and floods suggest a natural disaster of epic scale. Modern science offers clues. Around 12,000 years ago, during the Younger Dryas period, Earth experienced dramatic climate shifts. Melting ice caps raised sea levels, while some researchers propose a comet impact triggered widespread flooding and cooling. Posts on X have speculated that survivors of this upheaval, perhaps Atlanteans, rebuilt in places like Göbekli Tepe, a 12,000-year-old site in Turkey that predates known civilizations. While intriguing, such claims remain unproven. Let's consider Atlantis's legacy. If it existed, its influence might echo in the myths of other cultures. The flood stories of Mesopotamia, the sunken lands of Celtic lore, or even the Aztec tales of a lost homeland. Plato's Atlantis, whether real or imagined, serves as a mirror for humanity's dreams and fears, a utopia undone by its own flaws. Historians like James Rum argue Plato crafted the tale to showcase Athens' virtues, contrasting its resilience with Atlantis' downfall. Yet the story's persistence suggests it taps into something deeper, our fascination with lost worlds and the fragility of greatness. So was Atlantis real? The evidence is tantalizing but inconclusive. No definitive ruins bear its name, and Plato's account stands alone among ancient texts. Yet the Minoan eruption, the Black Sea flood, and other events hint at kernels of truth woven into his narrative. Perhaps Atlantis is a composite, a blend of real disasters and forgotten histories, shaped into a moral fable. Or maybe it awaits discovery beneath the waves, its secrets locked in the deep. As we close this journey, one thing is clear. Atlantis endures not because of what it was, but because of what it represents. A dream of paradise lost, a warning from the past, and a mystery that refuses to die. What do you think, fact, fiction, or something in between? Share your thoughts below, and join us next time as we uncover more secrets of the ancient world.